Hi, real people, real life here, coming from the Sedgwick County Jail area.
But we are in America.
But we are in America still. That's a good thing.
America.
And I'm really excited to meet you today and to talk to you. This is Officer Blick.
Yes.
Okay, Officer Blick. And you did work previously in drug enforcement, basically.
Yes, I did.
In this area. We did a radio show this morning on KQAM News Talk Radio with Andy and everybody over there, and Sheriff Easter joined us. We didn't really get a chance to get into, during the radio show, we didn't get a chance to get into what is causing so many of our problems here, which is a lot of these synthetic drugs. I don't know what they look like, and I had said, Jeff, we got to do something. I can't do this anymore. I keep finding people around me that are doing things, and I don't even know what this stuff looks like. And I don't think I'm the only one that doesn't know what some of this stuff looks like. I know I'm not the only parent and grandparent that's over here going, this is out of control, what can we do? And obviously Sheriff Easter has some great ideas, and that's going to take a lot of money. Whether or not that's going to happen anytime soon, I don't know. But show us if you can, and I know these aren't going to be maybe the best pictures, and then we'll talk about what you know and what you've seen on the streets, and let's get into some of these new
We need to prepare
things.
some of our parents out there.
That's what I want. I want the parents
awareness.
to know.
Knowledge is power, and so you open up your kid's drawer. If it looks like soap, which from here that looks like soap, I don't know that I would. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how it would be packaged and what else would be with it, I guess. But I mean, how would
you know? Let's take this one right
Well,
here.
you mentioned synthetic drugs, so
Yeah.
I'll go over some of the more, the more familiar drugs.
Okay.
They aren't necessarily, some of them are natural,
Mhm.
like your marijuana or something,
Right.
and cocaine is a derivative of a plant as well. So,
But cocaine is not natural, though, right? I mean, it's
not
processed.
it's not naturally occurring. It is processed. I just want to make sure that
We have to-
obviously
Synthetic as opposed to natural.
Right, there are
Okay.
some synthetic drugs that are now being created in labs. They'll be in liquid form, and then they'll just spray them over some stuff, and then they smoke it.
Now, isn't that bath salts? They
that-
liquefy it and then they spray it on,
That
Seriously?
does fall in that
or
category,
they
yes.
or they eat it or something. I don't know.
And I'm not a chemist, so I can't really speak on all of the ins and
How
outs
are
of
all
all
these
that.
kids becoming chemists at
You know,
such
this
early
is my
ages?
thing. Is this what's motivating these kids to go? I mean, what's motivating these kids to go
I don't
become
know.
scientists?
Why would anybody want to eat or drink Drano? I don't get that either. And
It personally doesn't smell appealing, as far as ingestion wise. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
But-
Let's see.
Okay,
what we
let's
got.
see what you got.
The first photo that we have here, this is going to be your crystal meth.
But what other names does it go by?
Ice is what people have, that's what I've known it as, is ice or just meth or crystal. At least when I was in narcotics, that's what it was referred to as. It's just going to be in a white crystal form. Sometimes it can be off-white.
Is it
maybe
hard?
Slightly brownish, yes, hard. Sometimes it can appear to be wet, depending on the processing of the drug itself.
What's the main stuff in that?
Chemicals.
All chemicals?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Is it the
just all
stuff that
chemicals.
is this the one that people say you can make it with the stuff in your kitchen?
You used to be able to. We saw a lot of that in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, but people have gotten away from that. That was the old cooking method with anhydrous ammonia, a lot of
But that's what this is
solvents
from.
and stuff. This is a different way that it's manufactured. Most of this is manufactured in Mexico, and then it's just transported to the United States.
When it comes to the United States, what does it look? I mean, what is it packaged in?
It'd just be
Vases and car parts or
Serious?
It can be packaged in just about anything. I mean, the most common packaging method that I've seen it in is just either a vacuum seal bag or a bag, or even in smaller Tupperware containers.
Oh,
I've
it's
seen
just
that.
packaged as a whole
Wow.
product. They don't even try to disguise it. huh?
You can. I mean, you can wrap the packaging in different masking agents, whether it be like.
But you can't make it in big
Does it
like
have a
crystal chunks to make like a chandelier and ship a chandelier or anything like that, right?
I have never seen that.
Well, you never know. Don't go there.
Well, I mean,
Don't give them any
I've
ideas.
never seen that. No.
What does this smell like?
This just has a highly chemical smell. I mean, I can't describe it any better than that. It just smells.
Okay.
It smells like chemicals to me.
And we're still seeing a lot of this in Wichita.
Yeah, this is the
This
biggest.
is- listen,
this is the
this is-
biggest problem. That
This
we
is
have.
why I flipped out at Walmart. Okay, because
Really?
I can't handle. I'm so sick of the result of this drug on
So am I.
our society, and having to interact with these people. I just have zero tolerance for it.
I
and
know.
I just
We went to a local Quick Trip, and I love my Quick Trips, don't get me wrong. I love the things that they do for the community. We walked into one the other day, my husband and I did, and I really thought I was walking into a set of The Walking Dead or something. I mean, it was bad.
But it's sad to me.
It is sad. It's sad
because
that-
here's the thing. You always hear from the people that are closest to those people,
I know.
like, that's not them.
I know.
And it's true. This drug will take everything you are from you, everything you enjoyed, everything you valued. And the thing is everyone involved in your life also gets things taken.
Yeah.
You yourself as a person get taken from them.
Right.
I mean, it's
They steal in order to buy this.
that material things come and go. I'm
Right.
talking about who you are,
Right.
what you like, what you do daily. If it's okay to abandon your child or hurt someone, I mean, every value you have is altered by this.
I agree.
Yes.
And it's chemically designed to do that. It's chemically designed to trick your brain to thinking this is the most euphoric thing in the world. The amount of endorphins that your brain releases from doing this drug is 50 times the equivalent to a sexual orgasm. And a sexual orgasm is 50 times the equivalent of what it feels to hold a baby. So, I mean, imagine what this is doing. Now, how can you be happy? Because this has made it to where you don't get that dose of endorphins. And you can't get it any close even to that from anything else, even holding a baby, being happy, laughing,
That is sad. I did not know that either.
It takes everything that you are. And I have personal experience with this because of my daughter.
I know. And,
So-
but doesn't it increase the amount of robberies though too? People
Well,
stealing?
absolutely, because it is expensive, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I can't say whether or not it increases the amount of robberies, but there have been crimes that have been
Committed.
associated, to the use of this drug or because they.
What age groups does it attack? Now, this is the misconception. People think that this is something that you're stumble onto in later years of high school, college, out there at the
I have
bars.
seen people that were 50 and 60 even.
I've also seen 10 and 11-year-olds.
What? Oh God.
I haven't seen that. I would, in my opinion, I'd say usually it's probably introduced more likely in the mid-teens.
Right about 13 is what the average that
Okay.
I've heard of in the recent, but I've seen it. They'll expose their younger siblings once they're exposed to it.
There's
Because there's no sense of true judgment, and at that age already,
Right.
and then you add this to it,
and
and
it's even crazier.
Yeah.
This is still one of the biggest problems in Wichita. Crystal meth,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And maybe it's called ice or crystal. I didn't realize it looks crystally, so it does look crystally.
it looks like soap.
Really? Okay. Gosh. Okay. We don't want
Or
this.
it kind of almost looks
Don't
like
let this in your
Parmesan
home.
cheese, though, too, to me. I
Really?
don't know. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Listen, this has been my experience. Anytime I've ever caught my daughter with anything, it's never been that. That's gone. They do that so quick, it's gone, and then they're going through the steps to get more and more and more. That's never. You never find that.
I've
You
never
just
seen
find
that.
all the evidence.
Right? What do they? Okay. If somebody is doing that, what do they do?
What
They
do you
smoke
do?
it? Do they?
No, what do you do in your steps as a parent? If you find this or your children, what do you do?
If you find something like this as a parent, I mean, first, it depends on if you think that's what it is. I mean, you can call the police and we'll come out and we can verify that that's what it is and we can collect it.
There'll be a legality issue at that point.
More than likely, there could be a criminal case generated because of that. Yes.
And most parents aren't going to want to do that. What about protecting your child from continuing this behavior? What do you do?
From an early age, you just have to.
Lock them in a closet,
Well, you
slip
have to
them
not, you have
pieces
to
of cheese
not
under them.
not allow your child to rule the house. Okay? You have to
Okay.
be, you have to be involved with if they have cell phones, know their passwords to get in their cell phones, view the activity on the cell phone.
There are stealth programs
Same
you
with-
can put on their computers and phones so that it'll screenshot. It'll every 15 seconds send it to a separate email, and you can see their actual communications.
Didn't know
Right.
that one.
If you can set it up on through your phone, maybe that if they want to download an app or something, that you have to give them permission to do that. That's probably the best way, just to monitor your children's activities. But then also, you have to be nosy in the house. I mean,
Right.
just because it's their room, it's in your house.
Correct.
Go in, be nosy, look around. If you see if you find something that is suspicious,
And
then
don't be
you need to
scared of
ask
your
them about
kids.
it.
Yeah.
And not only ask them about it, you can ask other parents about it. If you have an
Peers,
older
yeah.
sibling, you ask them about it, what they know about it.
Oh God. Okay. So parents, please. I mean, this does kill, correct?
Yes.
Oh, it does more than kill.
Well, yeah.
It leaves a mass destruction, and then it's either jail, death, or well, there's 3 of them. What are they? Jail, death, or
I don't know.
what are the 3 things that result with meth? Or recovery.
Oh,
Reason
well,
why I can't
let's
remember it
pray for recovery.
because here in Wichita, the recovery percent rate for this is less than 5%.
Are you serious?
Less than 5%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know
I
these
could
facts.
confirm that, but it's a
Very low number, isn't it?
hard drug to get off of. I would agree with that, at least from my experience.
And it makes you
Top
ugly
users.
quick, so at least use vanity. If no other reason, don't do this drug.
Right? Yeah. God. Okay. What else? What's next on the synthetics that we want parents to know about?
This isn't a synthetic, though. Is this a synthetic?
manufactured.
Yes, this is
It's a manufactured
Which is
drug.
a synthetic.
See, I don't want to. When people talk now about synthetic drugs, they're talking about the prepackaged.
Fake,
They used to
supposedly.
call it potpourri or something.
Right, but it's
and
not.
the bath salts and stuff. These are more of the main drugs that you'd find
On the streets.
Yeah, that you can purchase.
Okay.
I guess quickly, this is just a photograph of some kilograms of cocaine. This is just going to be white or off-white, compressed. And it's usually found in
no
powder
child is going to find this. You're not going to find this in your kid's room because
How much
this
money
is
is that?
this
That's a
right
lot of
here
money.
is like million or
form.
100,000.
No, it wouldn't be a million. I mean, we are talking in the thousands.
Those
but
3
This
hundreds
is just
of
this is
thousands?
just going to not hundreds of thousands now, thousands of dollars. But you're not. Yeah, more than likely you're not going to find this in your children's room. You're going to find a small.
If you do, find out where the money's coming from. No, I'm kidding.
You find
That's
you find
terrible.
a small amount, more than likely in powder form, in a small baggie,
like a
or in
little.
Like it was on all the movies.
a little baggie, or like a bindle. With bindle's just a folded up piece of paper or something that they can.
Sometimes
store
they
in.
even keep it in money.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
much
yeah, I
does
mean, I
this
went to
stuff go
college.
for?
Not sure I don't know exactly how much this is in this bag, but
How much would somebody get? I mean, how much would it cost for somebody to go get that? Just one
That?
dose or whatever. Not that much, but I don't know how,
How
much
about
do they
this?
take.
This is a badge, so is
That's
that
a lot,
this
right?
much?
I'm not sure how much this is.
Right.
Obviously, this is on a photograph.
They sell it in little amounts though because it is expensive, right?
Is it
Yeah,
expensive? That's
it
what I
can
was
be
thinking.
expensive, sure.
Okay.
But then again, you only need a small amount. You
No,
know,
I don't
for-
need any.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
the
we
user
don't-
I'm
would only
very
need
vain.
would only need a small amount, and sometimes they even ask for not necessarily amount, just like, hey, I got $50. Give me $50 worth. So then they'll do it that way.
Oh, so it's what I got exchange kind of thing.
Sure. And the prices fluctuate depending on where you go.
If you're
and who you
pretty.
speak to.
For now, because it will take that from you as well.
Yes, it will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sure will.
let's see what you got.
Oh, that's marijuana. This is a
Ooh.
What's
bag of
that?
black tar heroin.
I
What?
did not know that either. It looks like a bag of brownie mix.
Wait
I
a
mean,
minute.
But
That's black tar heroin. I thought they put it in their veins.
They do.
How?
There's a process.
I know you shoot it in with a needle, but how can that go through a needle?
good question.
Well, they process it prior to.
Oh, so this isn't processed. So this isn't what a parent would find.
This is. Well, you could find it in this form. That's prior to them processing it in order to inject it.
But they don't have to inject it, right? There's other things they can do.
You
with
eat it?
More than likely, heroin is almost always injected. Yeah.
Okay, if I was to touch this, what does it feel like?
Maybe tacky a little bit. It's
Is
malleable.
it liquidy?
You can,
Is it sticky? Is
could be sticky. Yeah.
So it's thick
Yes.
compared to like peanut butter thick?
No, it's more of a solid than like a peanut
Kind of
butter.
like silly putty?
Yeah, it could be like that.
Wow.
Something
And
like
How do
that.
they break that down to put?
I don't want to know.
You just take a little.
All right. Yeah,
Piece
we
off.
need to know. Okay, go ahead.
Some-
That goes in your vein to do this drug.
No,
Yeah.
thanks.
Sometimes you'll see this packaged in
Looks
small,
like a bag of poop.
small balloons or
balloons.
or other just smaller, like the corner of a baggie or something like that. You'll find it that way.
Now, is all
And now
heroin-
how bad is this here?
This is actually becoming more prevalent in the Wichita area. I would say probably in the last 5 years. it's increased quite a bit. I know it used to just be in the larger cities, and it's kind of making its way down to Wichita from those larger cities now.
That's
What are the
disgusting.
age groups that you're seeing this in?
Usually, 20s.
20s.
Yeah, either late teens, 20s, but again, you can go all the way up into the 50s, 60s, on this drug too.
What about
So-
down, all the way down? Those are the ones we've got to stop
Mhm.
this process before it starts, and we're not catching the ball.
Yeah.
Somewhere we're missing it. Like
concerns me
we're
as
not
early as
providing
10
the
and
right
13.
distractions for our children to not see this as an option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say typically, if you're going to be introduced to drugs, it's usually going to occur in junior high or in high school. Now, as far
True.
as meth, heroin,
I've
cocaine
seen-
being in the junior highs, maybe, but more than likely you're going to be introduced to this when you're in high school.